Original.
Hello, and welcome to Web Crawlers, the podcast where we do a deep dive into some of our favorite mysteries. Each week, we will introduce our topic, lay out our research and findings, reveal some conspiracy theories, and conclude with our own hypothesis. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stetton.
And I'm producer Maria.
Melissa, who are our patrons for this week?
We've got Cheska, Johnny, Jorge, and Britt.
Is it Jorge Garcia?
Oh my God. Is it?
Also, do we think that Cheska is short for the name Francesca? Less high of a priority for me to find out right now. I'm just curious if Jorge Garcia is a...
It's not Garcia.
Fuck.
That's still okay. We're so happy
We're
to
still
have
so
Jorge.
happy about Jorge.
Still thrilled.
Yeah, we want any Jorge in the Patreon, but it could have been exciting. Melissa, what is our episode about today? It's actually, it was recommended to us by like several different people.
Yeah, Dana Wickens recommended it to us from Acast.
And then Megan, who works with Erios in publicity, she recommended it as well.
Yeah, this article on Bloomberg that's called The Sedition Hunters by David Yaffe Bellany. And it's about all these amateur internet sleuths who have turned the insurrection on DC into an online manhunt, like finding people who were at the Capitol. It's like this game for them.
That's crazy. Well, I haven't heard about this yet, but I did hear about the girls on Bumble who were trying to find men who were at the storming of the Capitol, that they had changed, or it was women who were in Washington, D.C., but some women had also changed their location to Washington, D.C.
And said like, go Trump, and they would brag about like being there.
They were like all liberal Democrats, but they changed their bios to like make America great again, like Trump forever. Like Republicans and like crazy pants would match with them and be like, I stormed the Capitol, isn't that hot? And then they would like report them to the FBI. Which is
that's my
so
type
sick.
of sleuthing.
Yeah, that's so sick. But I'm excited to hear about this too.
Okay, so over the past few months, there's been this growing community of amateur internet sleuths who have spent hundreds upon hundreds of hours sifting through the footage of the Capitol insurrection. And they've joined this huge network of people who like cross-reference videos, photos, posts, and they share their findings online, like through Twitter. There's a bunch of Discords for like sharing and cross-referencing info. The Senate Republicans blocked a bill that would create an independent commission to investigate the riot. Initially, they're like, it's not a problem. We don't need to investigate it. But actually, a few days ago, on June 24th, Nancy Pelosi just announced a select committee to investigate the attack.
Good.
So
I hate her, but that's good.
Sure, yeah, she needs to go, but
She's a dork, but that's good.
she's a huge narc.
Yeah, she's a narc.
And in the 6 months since the attack, over 500 rioters have been charged, and the FBI has used tips from these amateur sleuths. It's about 50 to 100 of those cases are from online sleuthers, not the FBI themselves, which is pretty amazing.
You know what this reminds me of? The Malaysian Air thing. Remember when everyone started like searching Google
Like
Maps?
Courtney Love?
What was that?
Courtney Love.
And Courtney Love was
tweeted
like, what is this?
like a Google image picture of the ocean, and it's just like
Yeah.
a dark spot in the ocean.
Shut up. Really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Did you read that? There was an article that came out about the Malaysian Air plane, I think within the past year or so, that was like someone was almost certain that it was like a suicide mission.
No way.
Yeah, they found out stuff about him. It's pretty fascinating, like a deep dive into his life.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah, crazy.
Insane. What
Anyway.
an insane thing to do.
Yeah,
Like,
what a crazy thing.
don't.
Yeah, just don't.
Just
Don't.
don't do that.
Simple. It's simple, really.
Just don't do that.
Just don't do that. So So the FBI's wanted list still has hundreds of people on it. Some of the sleuths have actually looked for evidence of additional crimes by people who were already charged. They're like, oh, well, let me go through this person's Facebook, this person's this. And websites have popped up, like one called jan6evidence.com. And they have research tools and galleries of people still wanted. And there's a map where videos are connected to specific places around the Capitol. Like there's a whole map. You can click on specific places around the Capitol and it'll show people's videos.
That's like my dream website. Like, it's like, that's all I want. That's all I want is someone to like create a map in that way.
Yeah, it's like a extremely advanced like Google Maps, but it's like all videos and like it shows the user who posted them. It's a pretty fascinating website.
That's insane.
Whoa, this website is crazy.
Yeah.
What's it called? the
number 6 evidence.com. It's pretty awesome.
You can search by the map, and then on the side there's also a list of the suspects. And if you click on the suspect, it has like all their different tags and like different videos of them doing their stuff, the time they were doing it, and the location. So this one guy, they've named him Bald Eagle. There's 52 videos about him, and it's like some of them are videos like he made on like his Snapchat or like Instagram, and then others are like other videos from like the news or things other people took, and it has like the timestamp, the location, all this kind of stuff. That's crazy.
It's amazing.
Sucks if you were like taking a walk like by the Capitol and then you like posted, you're like, finally got to DC, like having a great time, and then you end up on this website as like a suspect.
Yeah, that's been happening. One sleuth in California created a facial recognition database.
Oh, shit.
And he was able to identify this person named Taylor John Atticus, who's a podcaster from DC, who was eventually charged for going in the Capitol. And then there's a stay-at-home mom from the Pacific Northwest. She annotated nearly 100 hours of video, which she compiled in a spreadsheet that's been like widely shared. Like she went through all these videos and like noted like this person at like different times.
Wow.
Stamps.
We get it. You know Excel.
I know. I was, as you said, that I was like, Allie's fuming that this girl is like bragging
Excel
about how well she
proficient.
uses Excel. Yeah.
Then someone named Chris Sigurdsson from Canada spent 40 hours a week going through photos and videos. He found a resemblance between a man spraying chemicals at the police and a video of a man from a hotel in Virginia. The two men had the same backpack. So he posted his findings on Twitter, and then 2 weeks later, the FBI arrested the guy. He's like, wait, that guy looks familiar. He's from a video someone posted from a hotel in Virginia.
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
And he got arrested. Pretty
I
amazing.
wonder, do internet sleuths have jobs in real life?
Well, I think because of the pandemic right now, a lot of people are at home with a lot of time to spare.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they do. This is just like a fun extracurricular activity. Like instead of like watching TV, they probably just like internet sleuth.
Okay, that's a good point. I literally watched an entire series yesterday in bed.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like I watched like 7 episodes of something, which is what? 7 hours or no, it was each thing was 30 minutes. So
what did you watch?
That show I sent you, Strange Love, where it was like this guy only dresses as Santa 365 days of the year and he wants a girlfriend. But anyways, that being said, if I could also dedicate that time to internet sleuthing, like, okay, I get it.
You also watched Cruella at 7 a.m. I think everyone needs to know that.
You texted us
listen,
that
I
you
didn't
were
get
watching.
we got a text that starting Cruella, and it was legit 7 a.m.
I like woke up at like 8 a.m. I was like, was this last
She's
night?
an
I was
hour
like,
in. No, she's an hour into Cruella.
Listen, let me live my life the way I want to live it.
just waking up and instantly just like Cruella, like on your laptop, just pressing play. It's a great way to wake up. It really wakes you up.
Listen, there's nothing to live for anymore. Like, let me get excited.
Okay, and then there's with all this internet sleuthing comes people who are falsely accused.
Like in the Elisa Lam case, that poor guy.
Oh, yeah.
who was at the Cecil.
Uh-huh. So a retired Chicago firefighter was falsely accused of being at the riot.
Oof.
And people were putting like his personal info out there. And doing that, especially when it's not the right person, that's so dangerous. Like, you have to be careful when doing that.
Like doxing.
Think of if you're a twin and your twin's like going to storm the Capitol and you're like, you can't storm the Capitol, Rachel. I look like you.
Rachel. Yeah, your identical twin. That's horrible.
I know, like, Rachel, stop. This isn't just about you. This is about me too.
You can pull so many pranks with identical twins. It's
two twin facts. One, Jennifer Connelly slept with a pair of identical twins.
At the same time?
No, separately.
Okay.
Or no, I think there was some sort of story with her and identical twins. But secondly,
where did you read this?
She read it she talked about it in an article somewhere.
Whoa.
That might not be it, but there was something about twins. But second, I learned yesterday that identical twins have different gut biomes.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, which I just thought, like,
interesting.
they could have different food allergies and stuff like that. They're not fully identical.
So, like, Mary Kate could have celiac disease, but Ashley could be completely fine with wheat.
They're not identical twins.
They're not?
No, did I just blow your mind?
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
I know they're not identical.
They're not?
Let me just make sure I'm correct.
Okay, their song on Brother for Sale, the Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yes, I know that one.
They have a song called They Say We're Two Peas in a Pod, but when we look at each other, there's something that you forgot. I am the cute one. She's just my sister. And then they got another song that's called Identical Twins. But that may have just been an artistic choice.
No, it's while many people can't tell them apart, Mary Kate and Ashley are not identical, but rather fraternal.
Wow.
Mary Kate is 1 inch taller than her sister and is left-handed, while Ashley is right-handed.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yep. I know. Uh-oh.
Shocking.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So being wrongfully accused, there's so many things that could go wrong. Do you remember when people on Reddit thought they identified the Boston bomber?
Yes.
And it ended up being it was like this whole thing. They're like, it's this guy. And it was like this whole thing. Like, everyone's like, we got him. And everyone's like, yeah, that has to be the guy. And it ended up being the wrong person.
That's so horrible. This is Minority Report territory.
Yeah, totally. It's so scary.
And then at the riot, there was a bunch of different levels of MAGA enthusiasts. So there were like the hardcore conspiracists who, like, the ones who organize all these events, and then people who even like organize insurrection. And then there's like the casual MAGA enthusiast who's like, they just go along with whatever like the right is doing. And they went to the Capitol because they thought it was like a rally, and they were posting all about it on social media because they were like, we're here for the rally. Like, we're here to like, they didn't expect it to turn into an insurrection.
Right.
And so everyone was just posting on social media, not knowing that they were like posting themselves committing crimes because they didn't know what was going on.
Right.
And they thought it was okay because like Donald Trump told them. And of course, you know, they were posting pics. They thought they were part of this huge revolution. They're like, we're
so
here.
Stupid.
This is important.
It's like, how do you not think that's illegal? I mean, I guess because Trump made it seem like it's okay,
but still,
it's also the need. It's the mixture of like, what do you call it? What's that thing where ideologies, whatever it is, like, you know, you storming the Capitol, but also the cultural need to be seen doing whatever you're doing. Like the fact that like, I have to post on Instagram what I'm doing. I have to post on Twitter. I need people to see what a cool thing is happening. Like, it's like, dude, like, you can't have both. You can't have both. You can't storm a Capitol, get away with it, and post on Instagram, dude.
Yeah, I think so many crimes. Yeah, dude. Maria. Dude, I think so many crimes today are probably because they're live streamed or put on Instagram.
Yeah, so many people get caught doing stuff because they live stream themselves doing it.
It's insane. So people have lost their damn minds.
So there's this database of all of the, currently it's 509 people who have been caught, and you can read how they're found. This database is hilarious. There's a link to it in the Google Doc, but it's just all of the people's names. Most have photos, like what they were doing, and then what they were charged with. And a lot of the summaries are like, according to an FBI affidavit, video evidence posted to their Facebook pages places them inside the Capitol building, et cetera, et cetera. Like, this is how they caught them. There's this, I went through all of them, and there's so many, there's funny ones. Like the FBI, like their summaries of the people are like kind of funny. This one kid, Daniel Page Adams, it says, at the beginning of one video, Adams repeatedly says to the crowds around him, "Let's go. Are you ready to push?" And the affidavit cites another video that captures Adams struggling directly with officers. He and other members of the crowd push to make their way up to the Capitol stairs. The video ends with a loud thud and cuts to Adams holding his head and swearing.
What happened to his head?
I don't know. That's just the evidence they had. They had a video. He got hit in the head or something.
Oh my God.
And then, so this guy was charged with civil disorder, obstruction of an official proceeding, assaulting, resisting, entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly conduct in a Capitol building, impeding passage through the Capitol grounds or buildings, parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building, etc. Like, there's so many different charges.
And what does that equal? Like 2 years in prison?
Seriously, probation?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think it didn't say what they were sentenced to, but they said they pled not guilty. And then there's Jared Hunter Adams. And this one says, Jared Adams posted an Instagram story that showed the inside of the U.S. Capitol building. The story included close-up video of individuals breaking into the Capitol and statements like, "We stormed the Capitol building and Senate today. I can tell my grandchildren I was there."
Oh my God.
Yeah, nerd alert. Seriously, nerd alert.
I know. Bunch of nerds. I can tell my grandchildren I was there. No.
I was here.
And then this guy, Thomas Fee, who's a recently retired firefighter, he allegedly sent a selfie and a video from inside the Capitol to his girlfriend's brother, who was a special agent with the State Department. And then the agent turned him over to the FBI. Like, I don't know if he knew that his girlfriend's brother was an undercover FBI agent, but like sent a selfie, and the brother's like,
"That's
like, okay,
insane.
Great. Forward to the FBI."
Yeah,
but
thanks.
Also, I'm wondering, like, this Thomas guy, his girlfriend, do they have conflicting political views? Like,
I don't know.
Or maybe the special agent, like, is a Republican leaning, but not like storm the Capitol leaning. But that's
or
bizarre.
If he's an agent and he just knows that his job, like, no matter what he leans, he's just like,
oh
okay.
God, yeah,
I gotta turn this guy in.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And then an ex-girlfriend reported Richard Machete to the FBI after he sent a text message from the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6th calling her a moron.
Oh my God.
He allegedly sent a stream of messages and videos to the woman showing protesters carrying flags both inside and outside the Capitol. And he said to her, "If you can't see the election was stolen, you're a moron."
She must have been so happy to turn him in. That's so
she's
tight.
Like, sending to the FBI.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And then this one is, the way it's written out is funny. Tammy Bronsberg had a rough start to her day on January 6th. She was waiting for her bus to President Donald Trump's rally at a McDonald's parking lot in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But the 55-person charter bus was waiting for her at a McDonald's over 20 miles away.
Oh.
The entire group had to wait again for Bronsberg at the end of the day after the Capitol attack because she and another person who was charged in connection with the riot returned to the bus an hour after their agreed upon meeting time.
And the bus waited for them? That's insane to me. That if I was on the bus, I'd be like, we're going,
Bye.
we're driving,
so
bye.
And then on the return trip to Pennsylvania, other passengers told the FBI that she was sharing photos of her inside the Capitol building. Like she returned on the bus, was like, look what I did, everyone. And everyone's like, okay, calling the FBI, you dummy.
That's a classic Tammy move.
Yeah, made us wait an hour for the bus of calling the FBI.
I can imagine her having like all these like Washington D.C. like sightseeing things like that she buys like little tchotchkes, and then she's like
flag.
Yeah, she's like, and also I stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, Tammy, like I don't care what you did, you're an hour late, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you showed up to the wrong McDonald's in the morning already.
You've been a problem all day.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy who was at home being interviewed by the FBI. He was shown a picture of himself at the riot, and he was like, that's not me. And then his wife walks in and she's like, yeah, that's a picture of my husband. Why?
Oh my God.
Oh God. What a nightmare. Oh my
He's
God.
like, shut up. It's not me.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. What do you want me to lie? That's their...
What was I supposed to say? It's the police.
Yeah.
And then a former New York City police officer was identified by their Easy Pass scanning on the way to DC.
Shut up.
And she's seen on security footage taking a video and shaking a tambourine. And then her Easy Pass scanned once again on her way back to New York. They're like, Sarah, were you at the
What were you doing
no.
with a tambourine?
And then, this is the Bumble one. Robert Chapman wrote to a romantic interest on the dating app Bumble, I did storm the Capitol and made it all the way to Statuary Hall. And then the girl replied, we are not a match. And then he wrote back, I suppose not. And then that person reported him to the FBI. And then the FBI agents later identified him on multiple images depicted inside Statuary Hall in the U.S. Capitol. And then in a screenshot captured by the FBI, Chapman wrote, I'm fucking inside the Capitol, the Crapitol.
Oh my God.
The Crapitol. Oh my God.
I'm also pretty sure that like men on Bumble who were doing this were also like changing their profile pictures to like them inside the Capitol and stupid things like that.
I bet.
But I think that Bumble made it so you couldn't like, I think that they made it so that you couldn't turn these people in or something. They made it so that these internet sleuths couldn't.
Oh, really?
Catfish these people into turning them into the FBI. I'll look at that, but like...
And then there was a guy who rappelled to the floor of the Senate and sat in Nancy Pelosi's seat and was bragging about it online. But he's an idiot because it wasn't actually Nancy Pelosi's seat. Hers is in the House and this dude was in the Senate. He's like, I'm in Nancy's seat. It's like, bro, you're in... It's not... That's the Senate. It's not the House.
You're in the Senate, bro.
You're in the Senate, dude.
Sounds like Tammy's at it again.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm in Nancy's seat. It's like, no.
Yeah,
not.
Tammy, no. It's a 20-minute walk.
Different building.
Over that way.
The thing is that these people don't even know how the government works. They don't know who's who. They just like, they know some buzzwords and they're angry.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Because a lot of people were bragging about storming the White House when they were at the Capitol.
Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
That's really embarrassing.
Yeah, it just proves how stupid all of these people are.
Yeah,
like, do you not know the difference between the Capitol and the White House? You fucking idiots.
Well, it's white, isn't it? That's what they'd say. Well, what color is it? Is it black? No, it's white.
Let's take a short break for announcements. Web Crawlers has a Patreon to get access to rewards, bonus episodes, shout outs, merch discounts, video episodes a day early, ad-free episodes, and more. Please go to patreon.com/webcrawlers. You can donate as little as $2 a month or just a flat fee of like $25 for the entire year and just be a patron, get all the rewards, and just support our podcast and what we do and women in podcasting. Also, please rate and review us on Apple Podcast. If you give us a 5-star review, we will read it on the show. Also, Erios has a hotline. Insert jingle here. It's really been popping off. We are, in fact, 45 voicemails behind. That is,
yes, we are.
That's how many we have. I know, seriously. We are working on catching up. There are so many. Please keep them coming, and we will continue to play them on our episodes. Now, back to our show.
And then a lot of people were ratted out by old classmates from Facebook who saw all their pro-Trump posts over the years. And they were like, oh yeah, that guy, he was the dumbest person at our high school. And they would like rat them out to the FBI.
Oh my God.
They would all post on Facebook. And then the FBI could also see who was live streaming to Facebook from the Capitol. They could connect all the geotags and trace it back to you. And facial recognition technology was used.
They like checked in on Foursquare.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a morality question to it, right? Because it's like, it is fun to find all these people and like to do that internet sleuthing. But then when you look at the technology and what you're able to do with just like what we have, you go like, oh my God, this is scary, right? Like this could be used in such a scary way.
Yeah, it is. It's terrifying. Like you could just be tracked outside by facial recognition technology.
Yeah,
like, anywhere you go.
There's a really interesting. Oh, sorry, you go first.
Oh, go ahead. No. Well, I was just gonna say like I get posting on Instagram and finding people that way and being like, but when it comes to the facial recognition stuff and like the tracking people, it's like, oh boy, this is like 10 years from now. This is gonna be scary as hell.
Yeah.
There's also a really interesting documentary on Netflix now called Coded Bias, and it's about but it's about the inherent racial bias in facial recognition technology, like recognizing white people, because like white people are the ones typically like being hired to like code, and the like implicit bias in that. So that's pretty interesting. Maybe give that a watch if this is something that's
on Netflix.
Like,
Yeah, it's really interesting. I watched it too.
Yeah, there's an article in The Wire. It says Coded Bias paints a terrifying picture of facial recognition's real impact on lives. It says facial recognition software disproportionately victimizes Black men, targeting them for crimes they didn't commit. The AI tools are more likely to be initiated in poor neighborhoods, experimenting on marginalized people.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And so the people who got caught, their defense was based around how pathetic and innocent they are. They're like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. But like when they pretend to be these like tough guys fighting for America.
Right.
And these people were finally seeing the consequences of believing in conspiracy theories. They're like, oh, this is what happens.
Yeah, there's consequences to your actions.
Yeah. And then when people were claiming it was Black Lives Matter or Antifa rioting, some of these, this is so dumb, some of these right-wing people went online to defend themselves and say, no, it's not, it was us. Like just incriminating yourself. Because they were so upset with like their heroism being stolen. They basically ratted themselves out for their own ego.
Everyone's got to be famous.
Yeah, like when Fox News was trying to be like, oh no, like it wasn't Republicans doing that. It was actually like Antifa trying to like set Republicans up. Oh my God.
And the right wingers were like, no, it was us.
It was me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Little reverse psychology.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's this person named Brent Bozell IV. He's from Hershey, Pennsylvania. His dad and his grandfather were big conservatives. He went into the Senate while wearing a sweatshirt that had the logo of his kid's Christian school on it, like this small Christian school in Pennsylvania. And this woman in Pennsylvania was the one who identified him. She saw the sweatshirt. She went to the school's Facebook page and then looked through all the people that had liked the photos on the page. And then she found a photo of this guy and was like, this is the guy. This is the sweatshirt he's wearing. And then she sent that to the FBI and he got arrested.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. And then a guy wore a t-shirt of his own company to the right. So that's a quick Google search away from arresting him.
Was it an Earios? Was it an Earios sweatshirt?
It was an Earios sweatshirt. And then like a lot of these FBI affidavits will have things on them that are like, Patrick Stedman, 32, identified by college friends, lives with parents. Like just a sick burn.
Of course. Lives in basement.
Yeah. And the defendants are were predominantly white and male, and federal prosecutors say a former member of the Latin Kings gang joined the mob, as did 2 Virginia police officers. There was a man in a Camp Auschwitz sweatshirt allegedly took part.
Jesus Christ.
And a 2-time Olympic gold medalist was there. It was the swimmer Cleet Keller. He was recognized by his height and his U.S. Olympic jacket in videos.
Everyone's got to represent, and no one can just like live. Like everyone's got to be representing something.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to be bragging about something. Everyone, like, just stop. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Everyone just chill the hell out. Okay.
And the swimmer, he later apologized, and he called his coaches, and he was like crying to them. Because they were like, bro, what? We got to kick you off the team. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God. He went to USC.
Oh, he did?
It's a fellow Trojan.
Oh, no. And then, do you remember on Twitter a few weeks ago, there were, because the FBI, whatever, they're posting videos and still pictures of people at the riot. And then one picture popped up and someone was like, this looks like Jay from Mr. Show. Like, everyone was joking about it. And then it was
I remember that.
And then it was like, oh, wait, it really was him.
What?
Yeah. Because apparently I remember Tim Heidecker posted something. He was like, yeah, unfortunately it's him. He like got involved with drugs and like has some like mental illness issues and like kind of went down a bad path. And he like got caught up in all of that, but it was like actually him there. Everyone was like, oh my God, that's so sad.
Listen, Melissa and I have both done a lot of drugs, but never enough to become Capitol storming Republicans.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, this list you can go through. I found it on NPR, but they all have like the sleuths like assign these like funny hashtags to their names. It's like so you can identify them. And then if you go to seditionhunters.org, that is where there's just pictures, photos of everyone who hasn't been caught yet. And it's kind of like the Jan 6 evidence, but it's like photos and you can like, it just traces everyone to what time they were at the Capitol and where. Like some of the hashtags are like bald bad flag. It's like a bald guy with like a flag. Or like bear skin thug. It's like this guy with a big beard.
Oh my God. I'm looking at 2 really funny ones right now. There's Devious Dumbledore. There's a guy who looks exactly like Dumbledore. No. There's Bubba Two Hat. And it's just this guy who's just wearing 2 hats.
Bubba Two Hat.
Bubba Two Hat. I love that name, Bubba Two Hat.
And there's Caesar No Salad, guy who's like wearing a toga and like a head, looks like he's dressed as Julius Caesar.
Oh my God.
It sounds like Garbage Pail Kid names.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They should make Garbage Pail cards out of all these people who stormed the Capitol.
They should. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That'd be real fun.
Yeah. Jack the Tripper.
Good use of time for everyone.
Is one honky tonk trader. Like
yeah, these are literal Garbage Pail Kid names.
Yeah.
Lefty baggy pants.
Grandpa flag scarf is just a grandpa wearing a scarf as a flag. They're just so literal. I love it. That's so funny. Nicknames are so funny. They'll never not be funny.
Rabid cabbage.
Oh my God. I mean, that's a legit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is good.
Tiny percent Tweedledee. They're accurate hashtags. They really describe these people.
Yeah, you guys get it.
So yeah, if you're interested in like searching for these people, or like if you think you know someone who was there, go to seditionhunters.org or Jan 6 evidence. And it's really interesting.
Yeah, I bet you guys would make some good internet sleuths if you feel like figuring out who was storming the Capitol. Melissa, if people want to let us know if they know someone who stormed the Capitol or have any information on this craziness, or if they lived in Washington, D.C. when this was happening, I can't even imagine.
Maybe they did storm the Capitol.
If you storm the Capitol,
go
you
fuck
can call
yourself.
in anonymously.
Yeah.
Call anonymously.
What was the vibe?
Yeah, what was the vibe there? Melissa, where can people reach us?
You can email us at webcrawlerspod@gmail.com.
Please do. Anyways, I am Allie, yellow shirt, glasses face. Seagull.
Oh, I am Melissa, #blonde stormer instead.
And I'm producer Maria Zoom Unicorn Blasucci. And you'll get that if you are a Patreon subscriber.
Yeah.
So go head on over.
Head on over. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
An Erios original.
Powered by Acast.